in filing the complaints. Animal welfare standards. In 2015, McDonald's pledged to stop using eggs from battery cage facilities by 2025. Since McDonald's purchases over 2 billion eggs per year or 4% of eggs produced in the United States, the switch is expected to have a major impact on the egg industry and is part of a general trend toward cage-free eggs driven by consumer concern over the harsh living conditions of hens. The aviary systems from which the new eggs will be sourced are troubled by much higher mortality rates, as well as introducing environmental and worker safety problems. The high hen mortality rate, which is more than double that of battery cage systems, will require new research to mitigate. The facilities have higher ammonia levels due to feces being kicked up into the air. Producers raised concerns about the production cost, which is expected to increase by 36%. McDonald's continues to source pork from facilities that use gestation crates, and in 2012 pledged to phase them out. Corporate overview. Facts and figures. McDonald's restaurants are in 120 countries and territories and serve first 68 million customers each day. There are 37,855 restaurants worldwide, employing more than 210,000 people as of the end of 2018. There are a total of 2,770 company-owned locations and 35,085 franchised locations, which includes 21,685 locations franchised to conventional franchisees, 7,225 locations licensed to developmental licensees, and 6,175 locations licensed to foreign affiliates. Focusing on its core brand, McDonald's began divesting itself of other chains it had acquired during the 1990s. The company owned a majority stake in Chipotle Mexican Grill until October 2006, when McDonald's fully divested from Chipotle through a stock exchange. Until December 2003, it owned Donato's Pizza, and it owned a small share of Aroma Cafe, from 1999 to 2001. On the 27th of August 2007, McDonald's sold Boston Market to Sun Capital Partners. McDonald's has increased shareholder dividends for 25 consecutive years, making it one of the S&P 500 dividend aristocrats. The company is ranked 131st on the Fortune 500 of the largest United States corporations by revenue. In October 2012, its monthly sales fell for the first time in 9 years. In 2014, its quarterly sales fell for the first time in 17 years, when its sales dropped for the entirety of 1997. In the United States, it is reported that drive-thrus account for 70% of sales. McDonald's closed down 184 restaurants in the United States in 2015, which was 59 more than what they planned to open. This move was the first time McDonald's had a net decrease in the number of locations in the United States since 1970. The McDonald's on-demand delivery concept, which began in 2017 with a partnership with Uber Eats and added DoorDash in 2019, with select locations adding Grubhub in 2021, accounts for up to 3% of all business as of 2019. The $100 billion in sales generated by McDonald's company-owned and franchise restaurants in 2019 accounts for almost 4% of the estimated $2.5 trillion global restaurant industry. Business trends. The key trends for the McDonald's Corporation are, as at the financial year ending the 31st of December. Year revenue. In billion US dollar net income. In billion US dollar total assets. In billion US dollar price per share. In USD dollar. Locations. Employees. Ref. 2005 19.12.6 29.9 31.88 447,000. 2006 20.8 3.5 28.9 36.79 31,046 465,000. 2007 22.7 2.3 29.3 50.98 31.377 390,000. 2008 23.5 4.3 28.4 58.06 31,967 400,000. 2009 22.7 4.5 30.2 57.44 32,478 385,000. 2010 24.0 4.9 31.9 70.91 32,737 400,000. 2011 27.0 5.5 32.9 83.97 33,510 420,000. 2012 27.5 5.4 35.3 92.53 34,480 440,000. 2013 28.1 5.5 36.6 97.26 35,429 440,000. 2014 27.4 4.7 34.2 96.38 36,258 420,000. 2015 25.4 4.5 37.9 100.28 36,525 420,000. 2016 24.6 4.6 31.0 120.14 36,899 375,000. 2017 22.8 5.1 33.8 148.76 37,241 235,000. 2018 21.0 5.9 32.8 166.06 37,855 210,000. 2019 21.0 6.0 47.5 198.27 38,695 205,000. 2020 19.24.7 52.6 200.89 39,198 200,000. 2021 23.27.5 53.6 234.69 40,031 200,000. 2022 23.16.1 50.4 40,275 150,000. Business model. The company owns all the land on which its restaurants are situated, which is valued at an estimated $16 to $18 billion. The company earns a significant portion of its revenue from rental payments from franchisees. These rent payments rose 26% between 2010 and 2015, accounting for 1/5 of the company's total revenue at the end of the period. In recent times, there have been calls to spin off the company's U.S. holdings into a potential real estate investment trust, but the company announced at its investor conference on the 10th of November, 2015, that this would not happen. CEO Steve Easterbrook discussed that pursuing the REIT option would pose too large a risk to the company's business model. The United Kingdom and Ireland business model is different from the US, in that fewer than 30% of restaurants are franchised, with the majority under the ownership of the company. McDonald's trains its franchisees and management at Hamburger University located at its Chicago headquarters. In other countries, McDonald's restaurants are operated by joint ventures of McDonald's Corporation and other, local entities or governments. According to Fast Food Nation by Eric Schlosser, 2001, nearly 1 in 8 workers in the US have at some time been employed by McDonald's. Employees are encouraged by McDonald's Corporation to maintain their health by singing along to their favorite songs in order to relieve stress, attending church services in order to have a lower blood pressure, and taking 2 vacations annually in order to reduce risk for myocardial infarction. Fast Food Nation states that McDonald's is the largest private operator of playgrounds in the US, as well as the single largest purchaser of beef, pork, potatoes, and apples. The selection of meats McDonald's uses varies to some extent based on the culture of the host country. In 2021, the company cut value meals and cheaper items from its menu as part of a focus on higher-priced items. Headquarters. On the 13th of June, 2016, McDonald's confirmed plans to move its global headquarters to Chicago's West Loop neighborhood in the near West Side. The 608,000 square foot structure opened on the 4th of June, 2018, and was built on the former site of Harpo Productions, where the Oprah Winfrey Show and several other Harpo productions taped. The McDonald's former headquarters complex, McDonald's Plaza, is located in Oak Brook, Illinois. It sits on the site of the former headquarters and stabling area of Paul Butler, the founder of Oak Brook. McDonald's moved into the Oak Brook facility from an office within the Chicago Loop in 1971. Board of Directors. As of February 2021, the Board of Directors had the following members. 1. Enrique Hernandez Jr., Non-Executive Chairman, President and CEO of Intercon Security. 2. Lloyd H. Dean, President and CEO of Dignity Health. 3. Chris Kempczinski, President and CEO of McDonald's. 4. Robert Eckert, Operating Partner of Friedman Fleischer & Lowe. 5. Margot Georgiades, CEO of Ancestry.com. 6. Richard H. Lenny, Non-Executive Chairman of Conagra Brands. 7. John J. Mulligan, Executive Vice President and Co of Target Corporation. 8. Sheila Penrose, Non-Executive Chairman of Jones Lang LaSalle. 9. John W. Rogers Jr., Chairman and CEO of Ariel Investments. 10. Miles D. White, Chairman and CEO of Abbott Laboratories. 11. Andrew J. McKenna, Chairman Emeritus. Also Chairman Emeritus of Schwartz Supply Source. 12. Catherine M. Engelbert, Commissioner of the Women's National Basketball Association. 13. Paul S. Walsh, Executive Chairman of McLaren Group. On the 1st of March, 2015, after being Chief Brand Officer of McDonald's and its former head in the UK and Northern Europe, Steve Easterbrook became CEO, succeeding Don Thompson, who stepped down on the 28th of January, 2015. In November 2019, McDonald's Board of Directors voted to remove Easterbrook as CEO since he had violated corporate policies on personal conduct by entering into a relationship with a company employee. He was replaced as CEO by Chris Kempczinski, who had been president of McDonald's USA. In August 2022, McDonald's announced significant changes to its board. It said that existing director Sheila Penrose, chair of JLL Incorporated, would retire and that Anthony Capuano, CEO of Marriott International, executive vice president and worldwide chairman of pharmaceuticals Jennifer Talbot of Johnson & Johnson, and Amy Weaver, president and CFO of Salesforce, would join. The changes were unrelated to an effort by activist investor Carl Icahn. Ownership. The 10 largest shareholder of McDonald's on the 30th of December, 2023, were: shareholder name percentage. The Vanguard Group 9.56%, BlackRock 7.19%, State Street Corporation 4.82%, JP Morgan Chase 2.28%, Gilead Capital Management 2.05%, Bank of America 1.96%, Morgan Stanley 1.86%, Wellington Management Company 1.63%, Norges Bank 1.25%, Northern Trust 1.23%, Others 66.17%. Global operations. See also, list of countries with McDonald's restaurants and international availability of McDonald's products. McDonald's has become emblematic of globalization, sometimes referred to as the McDonaldization of society. The Economist newspaper uses the Big Mac Index. The comparison of the cost of a Big Mac in various world currencies can be used to informally judge these currencies' purchasing power parity. Switzerland has the most expensive Big Mac in the world as of July 2015, while the country with the least expensive Big Mac is India, albeit for a Maharaja Mac. The next cheapest Big Mac is Hong Kong. The northernmost McDonald's restaurant in the world is located in Rovaniemi, Finland. After the restaurant in Murmansk, Russia was closed in 2022. However, from January 2024 this will change again as McDonald's is opening a new restaurant in Troms, Norway. And the southernmost in the world is located in Invercargill, New Zealand. Thomas Friedman said that no country with a McDonald's had gone to war with another. However, the Golden Arches theory of conflict prevention is incorrect. Exceptions are the 1989 United States invasion of Panama, NATO's bombing of Serbia in 1999, the 2006 Lebanon War, and the 2008 South Ossetia War. McDonald's suspended operations in its corporate-owned stores in Crimea after Russia annexed the region in 2014. On the 20th of August, 2014, as tensions between the United States and Russia strained over the Russian annexation of Crimea, and the resultant U.S. sanctions, the Russian government temporarily shut down 4 McDonald's outlets in Moscow, citing sanitary concerns. The company has operated in Russia since 1990 and at August 2014 had 438 stores across the country. On the 23rd of August 2014, Russian Deputy Prime Minister Arkady Dvorkovich ruled out any government move to ban McDonald's and dismissed the notion that the temporary closures had anything to do with the sanctions. Some observers have suggested that the company should be given credit for increasing the standard of service in markets that it enters. A group of anthropologists in a study entitled Golden Arches East looked at the impact McDonald's had on East Asia and Hong Kong, in particular. When it opened in Hong Kong in 1975, McDonald's was the first restaurant to consistently offer clean restrooms, driving customers to demand the same of other restaurants and institutions. McDonald's has taken to partnering up with Sinopec, the second largest oil company in the People's Republic of China, as it takes advantage of the country's growing use of personal vehicles by opening numerous drive-through restaurants. In Beijing, China, McDonald's restaurants are state-owned enterprises operating pursuant to franchise agreements. These franchises are owned by Beijing Capital Agricultural Group. McDonald's has opened a McDonald's restaurant and McCafe on the underground premises of the French Fine Arts Museum, the Louvre. The company stated it would open vegetarian-only restaurants in India by mid-2013. On the 9th of January, 2017, 80% of the franchise rights in mainland China and Hong Kong were sold for $2.08 billion to a consortium of CITIC Limited, for 32%, and private equity funds managed by CITIC Capital, for 20%, and Carlyle, for 20%, which CITIC Limited and CITIC Capital would form a joint venture to own the stake. On the 8th of March, 2022, McDonald's temporarily closed their 850 locations in Russia due to the invasion of Ukraine, but will continue to pay the salary for 62,000 employees. Approximately 9% of global revenue and 3% of operating profit come from Russia and 100 locations in Ukraine. On the 16th of May, 2022, McDonald's announced that the closures would become permanent and that it was selling all its 850 stores in Russia. Furthermore, 32 years after McDonald's entered the Soviet market, the American giant wants its current business to be de-arched. The company plans to retain its trademarks in Russia, meaning the locations would no longer be allowed to use the McDonald's name, logo, or menu. McDonald's also said it would continue to pay its Russian employees until the sale is finalized. The company has more than 60,000 Russian employees. On the 10th of June, 2022, a Russian McDonald's buyer announced a new logo as an attempt at rebranding. It featured one circle and two lines, which represented a burger and two French fries. The business was rebranded as Vkusnoye Tarka, which roughly translates to tasty period. McDonald's is to reopen its stores in Ukraine after closing them in February in non-contested areas like Kyiv and western Ukraine. During the closure, McDonald's has continued to pay its employees, number some 10,000. Originally some 109 restaurants, it is unclear how many will reopen. On the 11th of November, 2022, McDonald's in Belarus announced that all 25 stores in 6 cities will rebrand and operate as Vkusnoye Tarka in several weeks. In Kazakhstan, McDonald's suspended operations in November 2022 due to the impossibility of supplying minced meat from Russia. The franchise was transferred to Food Solutions KZ, after which the restaurants first changed their name to We Are Open. In August 2023 they were renamed in honor of the best employees, and in November 2023 the final rebranding was carried out. The network is now called IM, with a heart sign used instead of a dot over the I. 1 McDonald's restaurants. 2. Orlando, Florida, United States. 3. Markham, Ontario, Canada. 4. Pop-up restaurant at the Olympic Park in London, United Kingdom. 5. São Paulo, Brazil. 6. Abasto Shopping, Buenos Aires, Argentina. 7. Lugano, Switzerland. 8. Tallinn, Estonia. 9. Sargodha, Pakistan. 10. Tampere, Finland. 11. Paris, France. 12. Dubai, UAE. 13. Kosher McDonald's in Ashkelon, Israel. 14. Bisan, South Korea. 15. Tokyo, Japan. 16. Nanjing, China. 17. SM Mall of Asia, Pasay, Philippines. 18. Porto, Portugal. 19. Vilnius, Lithuania. 20. Sydney. Marketing and advertising. Main article, McDonald's advertising. McDonald's has for decades maintained an extensive advertising campaign. In addition to the usual media, television, radio, and newspaper, the company makes significant use of billboards and signage, and also sponsors sporting events ranging from Little League to the FIFA World Cup and Olympic Games. Television has played a central role in the company's advertising strategy. To date, McDonald's has used 23 different slogans in United States advertising, as well as a few other slogans for select countries and regions. Children's advertising. Main articles, Ronald McDonald and McDonaldland. Celebrity endorsements. In 1992, basketball player Michael Jordan became the first celebrity to have a McDonald's value meal named after him. The McJordan, a quarter pounder with pickles, raw onion slices, bacon and barbecue sauce, was available at Chicago franchises. In March 2014, a special Sprite 6 mix by LeBron James flavor of Sprite featuring the flavors of lemon lime, orange, and cherry, debuted just before the NBA playoffs. James' endorsement of Sprite has also included the seasonal cranberry and winter-spiced cranberry editions of the beverage. James' deal with Coca-Cola and Sprite ended in 2020, with a new partnership with Pepsi and Mountain Dew launching in 2021. In September 2020, McDonald's partnered with rapper Travis Scott to release the Travis Scott Meal, a quarter pounder with cheese, bacon, lettuce, pickles, ketchup and mustard, medium fries with barbecue sauce, and a Sprite, nationwide. Scott designed new uniforms for McDonald's employees and released Cactus Jack merchandise using vintage visuals from the fast food chain's history. The company followed up with the J Balvin meal, a Big Mac with no pickles, fries with ketchup, and an Oreo McFlurry, in a partnership with reggaeton singer J Balvin. LeBron James has been a spokesman for McDonald's from 2003 to 2017 while co-endorsing Coca-Cola Sprite since early in his career. In 2021, McDonald's partnered with Korean boy group BTS to release the BTS meal in 50 countries around the world, starting on the 26th of May in select countries. The meal consists of a 10-piece chicken McNuggets, medium fries, medium Coke, and for the first time in the United States, 2 spicy dipping sauces, sweet chili and Cajun. Space exploration. McDonald's and NASA explored an advertising agreement for a planned mission to the asteroid 449 Hamburger, however, the spacecraft was eventually cancelled. Sponsorship in NASCAR. McDonald's entered the NASCAR Cup Series in 1977, sponsoring Richard Childress for one race. Between the years 1977 and 1986, McDonald's would only sponsor a handful of races in a season. In 1993, McDonald's became the full-time sponsor for the number 27 Junior Johnson and Associates Ford, driven by Huck Stricklin. In 1994, Stricklin was replaced in the car by Jimmy Spencer, who would go on to win twice that season. The following season McDonald's would move over to the number 94 Bill Elliott Racing Ford, driven by team owner Bill Elliott. McDonald's stayed with Elliott until the 2001 season when they moved again, this time to the number 96 PPI Motorsports Ford, driven by rookie Andy Houston. However, when the team failed to field a car for the entire season, McDonald's became absent from NASCAR until 2004, when it joined Evanham Motorsports as a part-time sponsor for drivers Elliott, Casey Kahn, Elliott Sadler, Ajay Allmendinger, and Reed Sorensen until 2010. During the 2010 season, McDonald's would enter its longest partnership with a team at Chip Ganassi Racing, sponsoring the number 1 Chevrolet driven by Jamie McMurray until his final race in the 2019 Daytona 500.